Play.
Green light, let's get it. I'm the future, I'm in it. Check score, I'm winning. Green light, let's get it. I just win. I'm on 10. Hello, I'm Himothy. I got the recipe. I got the flow. I got the remedy. I know they do. I know they envy me. Feet on the floor. What they gonna say now? We came along from last place, bottom to top of the fast pace. Out of this surf, I get touchdown. I take a loss, get it back 8. I'm in the gym putting numbers up. You never did.
The do Ravens flock. You're listening to the Urban Sports Scene, and it's time to talk about the Baltimore Ravens. I'm Wole, and I'm joined by founder of Take Sports, Miss Carita Parks. Carita covered the Ravens Saturday at camp. She was in the building. What's good, Carita?
I'm doing good. It's been a good couple of days.
Like in College Park, University of Maryland.
Yeah.
How was? We're gonna talk about it, but just in the grand scheme of things, how was the vibe?
It was a good vibe. It was a good turnout. I mean, it was loud. A lot of energy. I felt like you felt the energy more like about 30 minutes before practice was over. They let us go out onto the field, and like you really felt it then. Like it definitely gave that like college atmosphere.
Wow.
And just for some context, the reason the Ravens had their like first stadium practice there is because the NFL approved them to expand their marketing into Montgomery and Prince George's County, which have historically belonged to just the Commanders. True. So now they share that territory.
That's gonna be interesting because that's definitely
I know. Oh wait, you take this hat on today?
I look. I rap, man. You know what I'm saying? I can't prepare, man. I can't prepare. I don't know. I ain't gonna
getting him liking the Ravens.
I like Lamar, so I mean it is what it is, But my fandom is always gonna be one-sided on one side. But I respect good football first and foremost, and a good organization which the Ravens run. But I don't know if they don't get. I ain't gonna lie to you. Maybe Moco, maybe parts of Moco, but I don't know if they don't get through PG County. I ain't gonna lie to you. It's a good try though.
Yo, you sound like Felix.
It's a good try. I'm being real. It's a good try.
He was like,
I said, I feel some type of way. Stay north. Paul, what's up, Paul?
I did. Some Commanders fans was definitely feeling some kind of way for sure.
It's a good try. I ain't gonna lie, man. Look. There's the historical roots in this. Nah, that's too much. A little bit. Sometimes when you already, when you deep in the ground, boots on the ground, already kind of had that territory for. We're talking generations.
Nah, yeah, that's true.
Yeah, that's a tough one. That's a tough one. But yeah, I mean, in terms of like branching out, I get it. Like, it's still Maryland, so you have to branch out. It would make to be real with you, and you a PR person, you get it. Like, it would be irresponsible not to try.
It made like more sense though. I think in the grand scheme of things, it's like the Commanders are the one in the weird situation, to be honest. Maryland, I mean, Ravens have always been in Maryland. And to be fair, I mean, the Commanders do their practice in Virginia.
Yeah, that's
they
true.
only play in Maryland, but they want to be in DC. They don't want to be in Maryland. You know what I mean?
Yeah. The only reason PG County is like considered that portion, that's always considered the side of like, because it's like, and you can just cough and you can be in DC. You know what I mean?
But the thing is with Baltimore, like Baltimore don't want any like association with this part of like don't ever call them the DMV.
I know that's what I'm saying. This part of the DMV. I know this. That's what I'm saying. You coughing over the DMV. You're right. That's what I'm saying, which is hilarious to me. Anyway, this neither here nor there.
That's a fair.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like, nah, they got me. Like a lot, Carita, PG County is DC
because I'm from Florida, so it's just hilarious to me
how it is. Oh man,
this situation.
Oh yeah, how is Himner and Cavillas looking? Oh, Ravens, okay.
Oh, okay, you just jumped.
Who he is? Yeah, no. I got. We'll talk about that later. I didn't know what it was. He caught me off guard. Yeah, but yeah, we'll talk about it later. Don't worry, we'll get into it. But yeah, no, don't worry. You got to be born. Like you got to be. Yeah, they're different. And I love and folks know this. I love Baltimore. Like I love Baltimore. Like I hang out in Baltimore. I love Baltimore food. I'm a Baltimore Orioles fan. You know what I'm saying? What's good, Magic? Yeah, you know what I'm saying. So I'm just letting you folks know that I'm just saying. And territory is territory, you know what I mean? Like it is what it is. But we don't need to get into all that. It's a festive time. We're talking about the Ravens training camp. You know what I mean? A nice crowd. You know what I'm saying? A nice crowd and whatnot at College Park. You know what I mean? At the University of Maryland. So we want to dive into that. Before we talk about that, we got to knock out some logistics. Subscribe to our podcast on Urban Sportsing Podcast on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, TuneIn, iHeartRadio, and other podcast platforms. Just search the Urban Sports Scene. Make sure you subscribe to the Urban Sports Scene and Double Take Sports YouTube channels. If you're in the YouTube chat, we accept super chats. Super chats help us support our show. The super chats will be prioritized over all comments in the chat. Also, join our Urban Sports Scene Facebook group. Just search Urban Sports Scene, sports bloggers, sports podcasters, and sports debates. All right, let's get into it. We're gonna be talking about Ravens training camp. Like I said, Carita was in the building Saturday, but before we talk about her thoughts, what stood out, she had her inside takes, and let me play that right now. Let's see. Here we go. Sorry for the delay. I had it queued up, and now it's all messed up. Here we go, right now.
The Ravens just wrapped up their first ever stadium practice at the University of Maryland, where they held their final training camp of the week. Next week, the pads come on. But as far as this week, Jesse Minter was trying to set the foundation in these first couple of days of training camp. Here's more of what he set out to accomplish this week and what he thinks the Ravens was able to do.
It's a 4-day foundation for us. We threw a lot at them, I think, in all three phases, especially on offense and defense. So there's been really good retention. There's been really good execution for the most part. There's still a ton of things to clean up, but I like where we're at 4 days in.
Now, today was a fairly light practice. A lot of the bigger names were not on the field. Derrick Henry didn't practice. Nnamdi Madubuike, who has been in uniform this week, was on the sideline with Calais Campbell, and a host of others did not participate. However, just a few highlight plays. Let's talk about Keyon Martin, who's having a great start to his camp. He got an interception today. In addition to that, Rashad Bateman, he also had a really nice grab that he had to stretch out and get. Zay Flowers, of course, him and Lamar are always on the same page. And Lamar also hit Mark Andrews, who went down the sideline to the end zone. I asked Lamar about his wide receivers and how encouraging it is to see that chemistry building earlier. And he said his guys are hungry.
It's very great to see. I feel like my guys are hungry. A lot of us, was here last year and we didn't like how the season ended. We didn't like how the season was going throughout the season. I feel like guys are hungry, like I said, they're ready to play, they're ready to show up the time.
In addition to practice, the vibes were high here at the stadium. Many of the guys, Lamar Jackson and Malaki Starks, talked about how they haven't been to college in a while, but it felt like they were back in college. Jesse Minter, first-year head coach, first time here at the University of Maryland. He also was loving the fan vibe. So we will see if the Ravens continue this as they try to expand their footprint in Prince George's County. Like I said, next week the pads come on, and as Lamar Jackson said, anybody can do good without pads, so he wants to see how everyone looks once those pads are on. This is Carita Parks with Double Take Sports. That's been your Inside Take. Be sure to follow us on all social media platforms.
Oh man, good work, Carita, as always. Oh, hell, Paul, man. Carita had the shades matching the
It wasn't on purpose, but I'm always with a cohesive brand.
Oh man, that was dope, man. I love it. All right, so and I'll get to the question, Ravens lover. I ain't forget about you, but I want to start with this real quick. You talked about receiving group looking hungry, and Lamar State looking hungry out there. How hungry do they really look to you, in your opinion, by watching them?
So Lamar said they look hungry. What I said is basically that they've been, as training camp has started, they've been fairly sharp. Now, that changed a little bit today with the pads on. Offense didn't have the best day. Defense got the best of them. But like he had multiple receivers that were making nice catches, big plays the first 4 days of camp, which I think is just a good sign. For example, last year, if we talk about like Rashad Bateman, for example, last year I felt like he had like a slower camp.
Yeah.
And then that kind of ended up being how the season went. But the year before that, he had a camp like he's having now, and he ended up having one of his best seasons. So I say all that to say, like, it's just a really good sign that multiple receivers are getting in the mix early. Now we'll have to see, because Lamar made it very clear that he evaluates his guys when the pads come on. And he said even the games, because he was like, practice, anybody can do good in practice.
I agree.
But so we'll have to see how the rest of the training camp proceeds with the pads on, and if they're still making those kind of plays. I'm going to attribute today to just being first day of pads and just get like back in the groove of things. But that's my perspective on it. And as he said, you got Zay returning, you got Bate returning, you got Tez, even LeJohntay. You got a lot of guys returning, even though there's a few rookies in the mix. So to his point, last season was a really rough season. So I don't, think that they want to have another repeat of that.
So you mentioned like Rashard had a nice catch, a nice grab. Did even on Saturday and going in today, but for staff focusing on Saturday, what was like? Did he look motivated? Obviously because of competition, or it's the same Bateman that you've seen? I didn't
really feel like I see a difference in him because of the competition around. Because I don't think, as much as people want to say that, no one who is reporting on this team consistently feels like it's the number 2 position that is up for grabs.
Gotcha.
It's definitely number 3, right? So that is where, I mean, granted, he still needs to do good, because you can't ever feel like you just got it. But that just doesn't seem to be the case. To me, he would have to have a really terrible camp for someone to take over his role. But I don't feel like he looks like extra motivated because of competition. To me, it still looked like the same Bateman I see, but he's just starting fast this year.
Okay. Ravens lover 15 to 20 32. Oh yeah, 232. Talking about the 2 young tight ends in Hibner and Cuevas. Anything that you saw from them?
I mean, they did have a couple of grabs on Saturday, but nothing in particular. I don't have concerns. Let me put it like that. Like, gotcha. I don't have concerns about the tight end group right now. I mean, that's still a group that I want to look at a little further, only because we're so used to Mark Andrews, and we became used to the trio of Andrews, Likely, and Charlie Kohler, right? I don't know as much about these. I know about either of the new tight ends at this point. So that is a position group that I want to look at a little closer. But I don't see anything concerning right now. Let me put it like that.
Yeah, Madison, I'm concerned at the tight end spot if Mark goes down.
That's a fair concern.
Yeah, I think the other individuals.
That's a fair concern, because I will say this. I think you have reliable tight ends behind Mark Andrews right now, from what I could tell. But you definitely, in my opinion, at this moment, don't have like an Isaiah Likely type of tight end behind Mark Andrews, if that makes sense.
Yeah, Paul had took my question short, but I'll state it. So in terms of we're still sticking on the receivers. How did Kobe on Saturday? I'm all interested on Saturday. How did Kobe and Lane look? Kobe and Lane. Kobe and Sarratt. Sorry, Kobe and Sarratt.
I mean, they both look good. I don't recall them having any drops on Saturday. Okay. I mean, the thing about Saturday is you did see more from the guys further down the depth chart. Because you had a lot of starters in some position groups, not really with the receivers. You had all the receivers there, but like running backs, we saw more of Randall because Derrick Henry was out, and things like that. But I don't recall them having any drops on Saturday.
Okay. So speaking of Randall, how did he look? You know what I mean? That was the owner's pick. How did he look?
I thought he looked pretty good, actually. I mean, he looked quick. To me, he got a lot of burn, but so did Rasheen Ali. However, I did go back and just listen to the broadcast because they live streamed. I was just curious, like, and if you listen to the broadcast, I feel like you hear more excitement around Randall, which is very interesting to me.
Interesting.
Well, not out of the whole running back group.
Yeah.
I just mean like when you get down to like between him and Rasheen Ali, like there just seems to be more excitement about him. But he looked quick. He was getting through the holes. He's another guy that'll be interesting to watch when the pads come on. But I liked what I saw from him on Saturday. He definitely caught my eye.
Yeah, I mean, you were talking about him before because you stated that it's the owner's pick, so definitely.
I mean, it just kind of it'll be interesting to see how that shakes out. Like, are they going to keep all 4 running backs?
Yeah,
we really don't know. But I still hold true to if they don't keep 4 running backs, I do still feel like I don't feel like Rasheen Ali is having a bad camp. I just think that it's a tough position to be in when you have the owner's pick.
It is
lurking in the background, you know what I mean? And he's not having a bad camp.
The smoke is real. Let's go to defense a little bit. So Keyon Martin intercepted Lamar on the second consecutive practice. Okay, wow. Malaki Starks nearly got him as well. Is the Ravens secondary becoming looking like they're going to be becoming a big strength for Jesse Minter's defense? And which defensive player, non-Kyle Hamilton, because I know Kyle Hamilton's has like impressed you?
So I think it's too early to say is the secondary going to be like. I would expect them to be better under Minter, but it's too early to tell because I have been at camps where I have seen the secondary like and the whole defense kill it. And then the season comes around and it's not exactly what I saw in training camp. I think that happened to me last year. So I am not willing to make some declaration about the secondary now because I've seen them make plays in training camp before and it not pan out in the season. Now they're looking promising. They are looking promising, but I'm like Lamar at this point. We got to see. We got to see what happens in the pads and and really not even the pads when the games come around because that is, like I said, I got fooled. I think it was last season. So no. There were some positive things said about Malaki Starks. Talking about how he can be something like that. He can be one of those top safety. He can be a top safety in this league, according to Jesse Minter. He's high on him. How did he look? And your thoughts on that statement? Well, okay. So first, I don't want to skip over Keyon Martin because he is having a great camp, and I think that is notable. He was the undrafted rookie free agent last year, one of many. But no spot is guaranteed. But he's definitely. I mean, he showed up enough last year to make the team, and I think you can see him taking that next step now. So definitely want to make sure I acknowledge that because yes, he had an interception on Saturday, but even prior to that, he's been disruptive. Lamar was like he's been all around the ball. So definitely want to note that. And then getting back to Malaki. So it really started with Kyle Hamilton, who said unprompted that he didn't see why Malaki couldn't be one of the best safeties in the league. And he kind of expanded upon that. So when we talked to Jesse Minter Saturday, I asked him about Kyle Hamilton's statement and like what he has seen from Malaki. And, he basically was saying Malaki has the license to be as good as he wants to be. And like, he kind of talked about like once if I were to summarize it, I think it was more like once he kind of gets out of his head, like he'll be able to, play freely. And it was interesting because in talking with Malaki, he said last season he felt like, obviously he was a rookie, he was still learning. He felt like he was a little more hesitant. So this year he feels like he can leave that hesitation behind. He feels more comfortable. And so he feels like he'll be able to attack the ball more this season. And so, I think that's a pretty huge statement starting with Kyle Hamilton. Yeah. Kyle Hamilton is the best safety in the league right now. And so for him to say that, that's a pretty big declaration. And I think it's something worth paying attention to. And we talked about Malaki a couple shows ago.
Yeah, I was thinking,
how we felt like this would be a season.
I think it's gonna be like that.
Take a next step. But it'll be great.
I agree. I think he's going. I think he's.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
No,
go ahead. No, go ahead. No, you go ahead.
I was just gonna say. I think Malachi's in a position where he should be taking a next step. You have Nate Wiggins in his third year, so it would be really great if those guys could like click all around the same time. And then you have Kyle Hamilton, who's Kyle Hamilton.
I think they have a very.
I know the fans are like hard on Marlo, but he's still back there,
No, I think that they have a good young core. Even Kyle Hamilton's still relatively young. And to your point, I like Malaki start coming out of Georgia, and I like what Jesse Minter said. Like the guys in Georgia they prepared, they prepared, well coached, so they get prepared for the league. So he believes that he has the skill set and the toolbox to be one. I believe a top 10 safety in the NFL, and I think he will. I think he'll get even better. And playing with Kyle Hamilton is going to make you better. So you get somebody to learn from as a teammate and as a safety mate, right? So you're always in these rooms with him. So he alone, off of that alone, will be a better football player. Paul has a question. He says, what type of personality does Coach Minter have?
Like the same personality you see coming like when you see, I will say he has like a lighter energy. When he is talking to us as media, he is obviously a little more serious, but he definitely seems to have like a lighter approach with the players, and they seem to love him. So it's hard to describe, but he has a lighter energy.
All right. So for you on Saturday, who really doesn't have to be anybody major, or is somebody major, but who stood out to you during practice? Or
Keyon definitely had the most, probably like the biggest play of the day. Someone I didn't mention in my video, but in hindsight, Zion Young flashed quite a bit on Saturday. So, and I don't think we've talked about him much, but he definitely flashed a bit, and he was getting to the quarterback on multiple occasions.
Okay.
So, I think we're starting to see him get a little bit more, at least used to the defensive scheme and such. But obviously we'll have to see how that all plays out, like once preseason comes around and the games. But he has some flashes on Saturday.
Anything with my man Mike Green? Was he doing
nothing negative, but nothing that necessarily stood out?
Got you.
Yeah, nothing like worth.
No, I got you. Look, say less. Say less. I get it.
Right, but nothing bad to say.
Of course.
But it just,
I know I talk about this kid all the time, but kicker Tyler made a pressured 43-yard kick with a bunch of fans in attendance watching him make this kick. Like, does he look like he has, like, from your vantage point, does he look like he has that confidence he had going into the season in his rookie campaign, rather than how it ended?
I mean, the confidence looks the same as when he came in as a rookie.
Yeah.
I do think that these exercises, like his kick at the end, afterwards, Lamar came up and hugged him. I think that's probably more about, one, continuing to make sure he keeps his confidence up, continuing to build that trust with his teammates again. So I think all of that plays a part. But for me, I saw Tyler Luke last season make like 60-yarders during practice. At the stadium practice last year, I think he made a 60-yarder. Honestly, that was at M&T Bank Stadium. I've seen him do good things in practice. And I said last year, it's going to come down to when he has to kick a game winner. How is he going to handle that pressure? And because of what happened last year, I'm still in the same place. How's he going to handle the pressure with a game winner? And I'm not trying to be negative.
No, you're being real. You're being real.
Like I said, I've literally seen him do well in practice. I saw him do well at the stadium practice last year. No doubts about him in practice, but it was a little different when the pressure was on. And he didn't have a bad rookie season.
No, not at all.
But he did have some kicks he missed. And then obviously Pittsburgh. So for me, I can't get too high on practice because that doesn't mean that's what it's going to look like in the game. However, I think it's very good for his confidence to get him back to a point of comfort and for his teammates to see him doing well. I think that is important.
Are you surprised? And I feel like I'm redundant, but are you surprised they still haven't brought anybody in to compete with them just to kind of push him?
I say yes and no. They have shown signs of continuing to be committed to him. And I think that might be because the special teams coach is still there. So maybe they have faith that, and he's a good special teams coach. He was just a Tucker special teams coach. And he really believed in Tyler Luke. And I'm not saying that Tyler Luke is not going to be the guy. I'm just saying because he lost some trust with the fan base, he's going to have to earn that back.
Facts.
Yeah.
But
I think that they do trust that the special teams coach, Randy Brown, will be able to continue to get Tyler Luke where he needs to be.
Paul, does Webster have competition at punt return?
That's a good question. I haven't really paid attention to that, honestly. I think with Chris Moore coming in, though, I'll take that back. I think with Chris Moore coming in, I think that they kind of think that he'll be in like a kick return, punt return kind of role. So now that I think about it, maybe a little, but that's not a position that anybody is kind of like, there's a lot of competition. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Ravens Bama chick. I like that name. Luton not looping. Luton not looping is hilarious. Hope he gets better though. Like you said, keep that confidence. Definitely.
I think he is good. I just think that he cracked under pressure.
Yeah.
And that matters.
I feel like Ravens Bama chick. Are you from like the DMV? Because the Ravens Bama is like hilarious to me. I'm not gonna lie to you. Are you from Alabama? I don't know. Like that could be. That's a lot. It's a lot going on.
She's from Alabama.
She could be. Like I'm interested. Like where are you from? Are you from like? Because Bama.
Or maybe she went to Bama.
Maybe she went to Bama. That's true. I'm interested now. Like I'm really interested in terms of like that name. Exactly. What's exactly? What are we exactly about? What are we saying exactly?
Which exactly?
Which exactly?
I was probably the exactly.
Maybe you're the exact. See, like everybody want to claim they right. That's a problem.
Wait, now we need you to clarify which one of us was right.
Oh yeah. Are you from the DMV? Are you from Alabama? Like, what is it? I need to know. I'm curious now. Now I'm curious. But yeah, I think You think it's competition? Like with Webster, I think Webster would like he was good last year. He was really good as a punt returner last year.
Webster, LeJohn.
I'm sorry, Webster, LeJohn Webster. Sorry.
Yes.
Paul messed me up. It wasn't me.
I know where it came from. I knew where it came from.
Paul, dang, you messing me up, man.
I don't really think that is too much competition.
Yeah, because he was so good at it. You know what I mean? Like he was so good at it. I thought he was actually, to me, he was one of the better punt returners in the NFL. I don't think there really should be competition. I thought when he had
really think he returned as much as I was hoping he would have last year.
Okay, here we go. That's what it is. I'm from Baltimore originally. Went to Bama. She went to Bama. Now in Texas.
Yes, so it was.
So you were right. So Carita's right. All right. Awesome. All right. I was wrong. See?
Thank you, Ravens Bama chick.
Thank you for tuning in. I appreciate you. Dang, I hate being wrong. It's all good though. But yeah. I thought he was like to your point. Did he do punt? Like what was he punt? Did he do punt returns and kick returns? Which one? Or he did?
I think it was punt returns.
Just punt returns. Okay. All right.
I don't remember.
Thank you. No, I appreciate you. But either way, I thought he was a dynamic special teamer. I just thought when he had the ball in his hand, he once he got his ball in his hand, he had an opportunity to go to the house. He did in the preseason, right? He broke one all the way in preseason, right?
He did. Yes.
Yeah. I think he's a dynamic.
But like I said, he didn't return as much as I anticipated because they brought him in for that role, and I just was kind of confused sometimes why he didn't return more.
I like the kid. I like the story. I just thought you interviewed him like one-on-one.
I did. I had a really great one-on-one with him, and that one-on-one went viral too.
Yeah.
So he's great. I really like him. I would like to see more of him. Definitely.
So all in all, you're saying going into like the today's practice or whatnot, Ravens had a rough one. Offense had a rough one. Is it more to look at because you got Jesse Minter, one of the best defensive minds in the NFL, coaching up that defense with Anthony Weaver, also a good defensive coordinator, the defensive coordinator and a good defensive mind as well. Going against Doyle, this is his first year of calling like being an offensive coordinator, but he is going against a tough one in terms of the two guys who know defense. Do you think it's more, starting against a high-powered defense, and also the fact that the offensive line? Offenses typically start slow in training camp as well. So, what do you think?
I think it could be a little bit of both because there were. So to be clear, I wasn't on hand today. Yeah, but like I heard a lot of Lamar was underthrowing or overthrowing. Gotcha. But that could have been because of pressure. Yeah. But it definitely sounds like the defense, though, was a factor for sure. And I'm hoping it's because of Jesse Minter and Anthony Weaver, like really turning it up. But even from what I saw on Saturday, like I said, with like Zion Young getting around the edge too. So offensive line is something I'm gonna have to look at a little closer.
Okay, that's a good one. That's a good point.
A little closer.
That's a good point. So you mentioned last year they fooled you. I like to do comparisons. So in terms of the momentum and how things were going, is what the defense is doing now consistent to what happened last year or different from last year's in the beginning of camp compared to what you're hearing and what you saw in the beginning of camp now?
Well, yeah, I think historically the offense has kind of gotten off to like a slow start.
Yeah.
But and the defense has typically gotten off to a fast start. So that's why right now I'm not.
That's what I'm trying to figure out. Okay.
Now, do I think the defense is going to do what it did last year? I don't. Okay. However, I didn't think the defense was going to be like it was last year. So based on training camp. Yeah, based on training camp. And I just remember thinking to myself, ooh, I'm never, ever going to make any assumptions based on training camp anymore. Because, you could show me based on training camp that their season would go the way it went.
Okay. That's what I was trying to. Okay. So basically, it's a wait and see. It's a wait and see right now.
It is.
Yeah, I mean, but I am glad to hear that certain players are.
But I will say, I don't feel like there's anything alarming.
Yeah,
so that is really what I feel like the biggest takeaway should be. There's nothing alarming, but you still just have to wait and see when the season starts how they really look.
Do you feel like it's like a place of concern of what you hear about, like Lamar underthrowing folks? Do you think that's concerning at all, or are you just like, it is what it is?
I'm not really concerned about Lamar. I think, you know, we've seen that in training camp from him too before, but when the season starts, and I'm not saying he's locked in now, but it's just a different type of locked in.
It's a different energy, right? It's a different energy.
I think about myself. If you tell me to practice, so everybody knows I have like the communications and PR background too. So if you tell me to practice for a presentation, it is not good. But when it's showtime, I'm great. So I feel like now I'm not saying I shouldn't say not good. Like for Lamar, what I'm saying is he might have some shakiness right now, but when it's showtime, I don't believe that's going to carry over for him. Now, I will say that about him. I'm willing to say that about Lamar.
He a gamer. That's more. Exactly. That's a lot of people. Are some people practice but when they're in the game,
it just depends on the day, I mean, training camp gets repetitive after a while, right? And I know that they get tired of playing against each other. Like, I think what really is going to be key is those joint practices.
I agree. I think that's always the key for me. Yes. For me, I've always said this, like, I don't get into folks wearing shorts and chilling and doing drills. I don't get into all that. People can get all hyped about, oh, this player looks good in shorts or whatever, and then they put pads on. And even pads, you practice against somebody you've been chilling in the locker room with. I'm sorry, the energies are never going to be the same. Like, now, granted, some situations are, but depending on the environment that you cultivate, but the energy ain't nothing like going against doing a joint practice with an opposition and knowing that there's a pride element. Like, I beat somebody on another squad. Like, I beat that man. You know what I mean? Or I strapped that. Or I took that quarterback's heart who's on the other team. Like, ain't nothing better than that. So that's a different type of energy.
Yeah, because I remember last year everything was all good, and they played the Colts, and then it was a little suspicious in the joint practices. It was a little suspicious, but then they did not have the joint. See, so what happened is last year, the Colts joint practice, like I said, it was like, okay, that was a little suspicious. So I need to see them play against the Commanders. That's who they were supposed to practice with. They never played the Commanders. So I really couldn't see before the regular season started if that first joint practice was just like a little bit of like they needed a little more practice time to get it together. I really think that would have told us a story last year, but we didn't get that second joint practice. So hopefully, which I think they will with Jesse Minter, they'll have their two joint practices. The first one's against the Vikings. That's not local. And then the second one is the Commanders. Those I feel will really tell us where this team truly is.
Yeah, I think joint practices are where it's at. I'm a firm believer in it. I'm just not into like. I mean, I get it. You have to have the like training camp. Obviously, it's important, and it's important to go to practice on whoever you can practice on. Makes iron sharpens iron. But I'm a firm believer in it. Like sometimes you get comfortable, man. You can get too comfortable with your teammates. And your teammates they know you, right? When you keep doing the same moves, they're like, oh, he about to do this. I got it. But you need you need something that's unpredictable. You know what I mean? Like if I go against this person every day at practice, just because this person could be dominant, now I'm able to stop him because I know his moves consistently. But that doesn't mean that I'm a better player because when I play against somebody else, I'm not used to him. Therefore, he may be able to beat me any which way. So it doesn't show you because you need to see a variety. You know what I mean? And there's nothing like going against the ops to get variety. You know what I mean? So I'm with it. I totally agree with you. Hey, Carita, man, it's always been dope doing this with you. Before we end this stream, how can folks catch you on social media and catch your great content for Double Take Sports?
You can catch me on social media at Carita C. Parks. That's my personal page. But where you can find most of my sports content is Double Take Sports. That's at, I shouldn't say most, all of my sports content.
What you doing? What you
It's
doing?
Double Take Sports at DBL Take Sports on all social media platforms. We're also on YouTube, so be sure to subscribe to us there and check out the website, dbltakesports.com. We do have a new article up on the joint practice, so check it out.
Yeah, check it out, man. She's doing great work. She everywhere, man. Can't miss her. All right, man. Carita, yeah, it's a fact. I'm not lying to you. All right, folks. I appreciate everybody pulling up in the stream. You guys are dope, man. Your comments, your content. Oh, thanks, Paul, man. Yeah, stay north. Yeah. Oh, hilarious, man. Appreciate everybody, man. Anyway, you've been listening to the Urban Sports Scene by ages. Oh, hold on. Oh, I gotta put this out there. Oh, thank you. Thank you. Thank you so much. Appreciate you so much. All right. Now I gotta do my thing over. Okay. Anyway, you've been listening to the Urban Sports Scene for ages. Unique deuces. We are out. Peace.
To the swag.